Hi everyone, I'm Stephen Taylor.
What's up, Bridgeway?
And with me I have one of our associate pastors here, Pastor Jared Sorber.
How's it going? I have the privilege, Stephen, as you know, of serving and leading the creative arts ministry, but also our missions ministry, and love just the way we care for our missionaries and people around the world. And as you know, there's a lot of hurt going on in Haiti right now. They just got hit by an earthquake. There's tropical storms in their area. There's political upheaval. And then in Afghanistan, there's refugees fleeing the country for their lives. And in order to care for them, we just wanted to extend an opportunity for you to partner with us in an organization we partner with called World Relief. And you can go to BRIDGEWAY.CC/missions and just learn more about how you can care for those in our global community.
That was so smooth that I don't even know how to transition out of that. That was fantastic.
Whatever the next thing is.
Okay. So the next thing that we have is, as you know, the reason we're having the clergy on every single week is we want to do a little mini interview. So for those of you who joined us online, have never been to Bridgeway, we wanted to give you a chance to get to know the clergy and the pastors here at Bridgeway. So I have a few questions for you, if that's all right with you.
Go for it.
So how did you first get connected with Bridgeway?
Wow. Well, believe it or not, when I was in middle school, or just coming into middle school, Pastor Dave Mitchner was my youth pastor at a church in New York. So we knew each other. My family stayed connected with Pastor Mitch, and I was in college studying youth ministry. And so he invited me to come down the summer of 1999. So you were already here, but you were young.
Oh, very little.
Yeah. And so in 1999, I came down and did an internship, and that was my introduction to Bridgeway.
So out of that, then, how long have you been on staff? How did that transition happen?
So I went back, graduated college the next year, and had 2 job offers. One at a church that was willing to pay me, and one at Bridgeway that said, we love you, we've got a vision for you, we feel like you're a good fit here. And I felt called of God to come here, trusted God with that, and moved down here that summer and have been here ever since. So 21 years now. So
to go off script a little bit, your job has changed since then. What have your different roles here at Bridgeway been? I
feel like I've done a little bit of everything. Pastor David, I've heard say a few times, say that I've done everything but be the senior pastor, and I have no desire to be the senior pastor, so thank goodness for that. But I started as the youth director, youth pastor, and then oversaw family ministries, which included BridgeKids, some young adult stuff, marriage ministry, things like that. Transferred to events and logistics, which is similar to some of the stuff that you're doing now. Then I moved in to lead CAM, and then missions as well. And so I've always done a little bit of a few different things at the same time.
You weren't kidding.
Yeah, so I've done a little bit of everything. So creative arts and missions is what I'm doing now. Always had a heart for missions, and we did that in youth ministry as well. I know you were a part of those trips as a student, and so it's cool to be working with former students that have been on missions trips before.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Pastor Jared here was my youth pastor for, I think, it was all through.
I think all the way throughout.
School,
you
right?
graduated while I was still youth pastor.
So he has been a huge influence in my life, and it's great to have you here.
Oh man, my pleasure. It's excited to see you on staff and serving God here.
Weird, but it's great.
Yeah.
So last question, when you're not at Bridgeway, how do you like to spend your time?
I love being involved in my kids' life. Right now they're both in high school, they're playing sports, they're in the band, so I'm at concerts, ball games, doing things with them is the main thing. I love to ski, so anytime I can be near snow and mountains as well, I love to get outside and do that. So, and we do that with the family as well too. So as family stuff and skiing. So is that going to be something that's going to be coming up this winter for you? Yeah, I hope to ski a lot this winter. I hope to ski a lot every winter. Maryland isn't like the ski capital of the world, so it makes it a little difficult, but I do what I can to get out in the snow. So. All right, well, that's all the questions I have for you. Thanks for my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So for our announcements this week, the first thing I want to mention is BridgeKids is currently looking for substitute teachers. So for those of you who aren't ready to commit to a regular volunteering schedule, but you want to be available when something doesn't go right. Sometimes volunteers get sick, they have family emergencies, and they have to call out. We are putting a list together of substitute teachers who can be on call when those situations arise. So this is another kind of unusual way to get involved where there might not be a regular serving schedule, but you know you're available. This is your opportunity. So you can register and sign up for that at BRIDGEWAY.CC/kids.
Wow, that's a great idea to get parents involved and be able to serve as many kids as possible. We're also excited to share that we're going to be moving back to Columbia on September 12th, which we're going to have service here. And to get more information on that, you can watch last week's service. Pastor David shares a little bit about that, and also stay tuned to the website.
Yeah, we are really, really excited about this. We are moving forward, and we know there's a lot of unknowns right now. We're doing renovation. We're still always collecting information about the Delta variant, which is changing day to day. So if anything changes, if there are any more updates, we will be sure to keep you informed. But at our Owings Mills campus, which is still open and still running, we are actually going to be having something called Sundays on Sunday on September 5th. And if you've been with us for any amount of time, you know that community is a huge part of what we do here at Bridgeway, and we really haven't gotten to be involved with that over the past year. So we are going to have a time after the 10:30 service where you can come hang out. We'll have ice cream, we'll have games, you can get to know the people in our church, and just spend time with your families. And for those of you who are non-dairy, there will also be fruit treats and bars and that sort of thing as well. So just because you can't have dairy doesn't mean you're excluded. We would love to see you there.
So you can come to worship and get some ice cream at the same time, or you can come for ice cream, but come early and then worship with us and then eat the ice cream after.
Yeah, you'll be able to have that. Just don't bring that inside or in the auditorium. Our cleaning crew would greatly appreciate that.
So Stephen, I know there's something else I'm probably supposed to be saying.
Yes, there
it's not
is
occurring to me right
one
now,
last thing. We had baby dedications.
Oh, I didn't talk about baby dedications. It's
Fantastic.
baby dedications. Have you had a baby in the last year or two and not dedicate? I know the pandemic's made it more difficult for that, but Labor Day is a great time to dedicate your baby. So in the last couple of years, if you've had a child, it's just an opportunity to lift them up before God and before the congregation and just say, you know, we want our child to live a life that follows after God, and we're going to do our job as a parent to raise them in a way, and the church prays over you and celebrates with you. And so you can sign up for that. You can go to the Bridgeway website, BRIDGEWAY.CC/events to find out more about that.
Well, thank you so much for
it's
joining this week.
Good to be here. Good to be with you.
All right. We'll have to have you back sometime.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week.